Yeah, I switched devices. Technology is great, but it has to work. How'd your move go? Never fun moving. Yeah, it's always fun. Always fun. Um, Not a hell of a lot. I had so many plans and they just went to pot. We smoked some chicken thighs. Um, that was really it. A lot of nothing. I don't like days like that. There's work already tomorrow. You know, they're really good. So easy to smoke. I have this little tabletop smoker. It's a tailgater, actually, they call it. Got it at Walmart, cheap. Propane. I'm still here. I switched devices. Sorry about that. I went to the smaller, older iPad. The newer one seems to be having some fits. Started my new diet Friday. It was the third day. That always makes me happy. So far, so good. I'm trying the carnivore diet or caveman diet. It's really not bad. No, you can't have carbs. And that's easier said than done. Everything has carbs and sugar, which sugar is basically carbs also. But I tell you what, I've done a no carb, a low carb diet before, and I've done well. Yeah, just meat, eggs. You could have eggs. The interesting thing is you can't have lean meat. Like if you pick steak, uh, don't buy filet mignon. Buy ribeye or fattier steak, and they recommend grass-fed, a little more all-natural type of foods. You could have butter, real butter though, not fake. You could have bacon, some cheese. You can have some cheese. But what happens is, as soon as you're off carbs for about 3 or 4 days, you don't have any cravings, and you lose. You don't have any heartburn. No, first time I heard the neighbors fighting across the street. Must have a little too much green beer. They should break out the peace pipe. And quiet it down. That's what I was listening for. That's how it happens. Yeah, just like last week. Mel has 27. So just you and me, guys. And the loud neighbors. Trying to come up with new ideas for the channel. I mean, I'm going to keep doing the daily 5, but I don't want to. I don't want to wear people out. Just YouTube. It's all over YouTube. But you can Google it. There's some pages you can read all night on it. But people have gone on it in a short time, in like a few weeks. All their numbers have come down. Cholesterol, sugar. Some people even get off the meds after 3 or 4 weeks. Like chicken, you can buy chicken pretty cheap. You can eat chicken. You just have to eat it with the skin. I happen to like the skin. You need the fat for the diet to work. It has to have fat. Yeah, I may do that. I think a lot of people find that a little interesting. It's the sugars and the carbs. That's the killer. Carbs make you crave more food. That's why you eat a bag of potato chips and you finish it because you want more. You wouldn't think it would work like that, but it does. For some people, if you like fruit and bread, you're going to have a problem. Oh, exactly. I happen to be on Crestor now, so that's why I have to do something. I want to get off of it. The problem, as many of you know, when you're 30 years old, you cut back a little bit and you lose weight quickly. When you're 58, you got to cut back a lot. But the good thing with the caveman diet is you can eat until you're satisfied. So if you're hungry, have a piece of steak. In the morning, you could have steak and eggs. You can have hard boiled eggs. Um, so I smoked a bunch of chicken thighs. If I need a snack at night, I grab a chicken thigh. You can have sausage. Just got to buy the good one that doesn't have. You got to read the packages. I'm not a big fruit eater. I do like salad once in a while. You can still have salad. Got to be careful with the dressings. But there are some good dressings out there, low carb, no sugar. Matter of fact, I found some good barbecue sauce that's sugar free and low carb. Uh, this guy used barbecue sauce, three different flavors: hickory, mesquite, and can't think of the third one. Um, Sugar free and low carbs, and it's really very good. Coffee, you can have coffee, and you got to use either heavy cream or light cream. Oh, we could talk about days about that. That's a big problem. It's going to get worse. You guys watch any other YouTube stuff other than pipe stuff? I watch some woodworking channels, metalworking, automotive. I multitask. At night, I sit with my iPad, gun channels. Many times, I'll put the TV on mute. I'll just watch the picture, but I'm looking at my iPad, mostly on YouTube, reading. TV's been disappointing. I watch mostly cooking shows on TV and the news, which depresses me. But I have to know what's going on. Yeah, Forging I like, yep. That Forged in Fire is a pretty good show. Sometimes some fishing stuff, although I never have time to go fishing. You can, but you really shouldn't, because your body still treats it as sugar. I was a big Equal fan of Splenda. I never liked Sweet and Low for some reason. But I'll tell you an interesting thing, and you can try this yourself. I started eliminating the Equal. Eventually, I want to get to the way I can drink the coffee black. But in my opinion, you need good quality coffee to do that. So I eliminated the sugar, the Equal. I did this about 6 months ago, almost a year ago maybe. And amazing thing happens. After 3 days, it's hard to get through those 3 days. You really almost don't like the coffee. And by the third or fourth day, something happens, and you taste the coffee flavors. You could pick out the chocolates, and if you ever hear people when they taste coffee, they taste chocolate, just like tobacco. And you can taste the different flavors in the coffee. And once you get to that point, you'll never put sugar or Equal in your coffee again. You can use half and half, but there's some carbs in half and half. Heavy cream is no carbs, and light cream is one carb per tablespoon. Yeah, I want to get to the point I can do that. Yeah, I like strong coffee myself. I think I'm going to start scaling back on the cream every day, a little less, a little less. Hey, we picked up 4 people. Could have tea, same thing. Uh, oh, I love those panel vans. Russ wasn't kind to them. And a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. That's what I'm drinking tonight. Which that's the hardest part for me because I love wine. And an occasional beer now and then. But I got a bum knee and my knees have been killing me. I gotta lose some weight, take some pressure off the knee. Too many years of standing on concrete. And the interesting thing is, I'm not a bad eater. I don't eat junk food. I don't eat cake. Not that I can't, but I don't. Um, haven't had ice cream in years. Well, that's the problem. If I can't really work out because my knee will hurt worse until I lose some weight to get to a point where it doesn't hurt at least. And in my case, I have bad veins in my legs. I have what they call edema. So my legs retain water, which aggravates the problem. So I try to stay away from salt. It's fun getting old. You know, when you're 30, nothing hurts. Nothing. And if it does, hey, shake it off. Not when you're 58. It doesn't shake off too easy. So far from Friday to this morning, I was down 6 pounds, which is pretty good. But many more to go. But food is a big, food is a direct link between sickness and health in a lot of cases. There's an interesting book, I think it's called The Indigenous People, and it's a place in China, up in the mountains, and the average age is well over 100, and the people still work in the fields farming. And a doctor did a study there, and in their case, they eat mostly plant-based foods, but plants that they grow. Interesting. And one guy lived to 100 and I think 18 or 16, something like that. But there's no sign of dementia or Alzheimer's, and no cancer in the village. But they don't use technology either. No cell phones, no cars. There's a lot of factors that go along with it, which we can never duplicate. Not never, but most of us will not do it. I mean, there's so many things. Um, my wife is gluten free, so that's another eye opener. You buy pepper, for example, in let's say the dollar store. It's loaded with wheat. They put wheat as the filler because wheat's cheap. So you're buying the pepper for $1, but basically you're getting $1 worth of pepper, or 50 cents worth of pepper. The rest is fillers of wheat. I no more. My prostate, I had it lasered. I went through that already. No more Flomax or Avodart for me. I don't wish that on anybody. I've been through the ringer with that. I had the robotic surgery first. That failed. It lasted a year, and I don't recommend that to anybody. And then a year later, I had to have it. I went to a Chinese guy in Albany, and he uses the Holium laser, and he corrected the problem. Thank God. That's terrible. That is terrible. I guess I should talk about that stuff. A lot of guys, they don't go have their PSA checked or nothing. It's pretty important. And I'm not far behind you. I'm 68. I mean, 58. I have an aunt just turned 80. You got to see this woman. Unbelievable. She can run rings around me and drink me under the table. She's like the life of the party. Incredible. Just switched to a cigar. The Undercrown. Pretty good. I gotta put a little exhaust fan in here. What's vintage egg foo young? I love egg foo young. Can't have that now. Well, if you make it yourself, you can. You can't have the gravy. They use a lot of cornstarch, so that's carbs in the cornstarch. I think they also put a little sugar. That's why you're hungry after you eat it an hour later. I'm 100% convinced our food is killing us. Yet, it's still very hard to control. don't know where the day went. I got up early too today. I don't know. Time is just really strange. Seemed to get worse after we switched the clocks. They'll do a better job of managing it, I think. A super busy week coming. Which is good, but takes a lot out of you. Take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry there aren't more people showing up, but looks like Mel has the crowd tonight. What are you smoking tonight, Jimmy? All right, Jimmy, I think I'm going to shut it down. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the kind words on my daily five. I appreciate it. Welding. That's my torch to light a cigar. Yeah, I bought cigars there. I don't buy as many as I used to, but right down the street from me is a pretty good tobacco shop. Not much in pipes, but they have a big cigar selection, so I stop in there once in a while. He has some pipe stuff, but nothing to write home about. He has Captain Black, original, the cherry. Um, he has that value tobacco that comes in the big bags, which is not terrible, but once in a while he has Peterson stuff. But Peterson hasn't been producing tobacco for a while now. And I haven't really found the Peterson I like, to be honest with you. Um, but he has a nice selection of cigars and lighters, cutters. And I have a fetish for cigar boxes, so I picked up some cigar boxes from him. Oh, really? I didn't read that part of it. I used to buy a lot of cigars from JR Cigars, but they don't. They stopped selling pipe tobacco also, and I think they sold a lot of their places. I don't know. Well, cigar boom is really off a little bit now. The price is so expensive for a lot of them, especially in New York. They tax the crap out of them. Any decent cigars, $8 to $14 for one. But I'm a one or two cigar smoker a week, if that. Some weeks are none. Oh, absolutely, 100%. And that's a shame. Although it is slowly changing. That's why a lot of the food stores are in trouble because a lot more people are trying to eat organically, and a lot of that's a scam too. You got to be careful. Like the farm raised fish, farm raised fish is actually worse than wild caught now because they say they're not cleaning the tanks properly, and I mean it's just unbelievable. But you think about it. You take a Twinkie. I think MythBusters did a test on that or something. The Twinkie will last like 6 months. I mean, how can that be? And the cows. I mean, I used to eat a steak when I was a kid. You had really blood in the plate. Now you look at it, it's like water. So they're injecting the cows with crap, and it's just a mess. It really is a mess. Like everything, greed, money drives everything. It's just not good. Not good. Fast food. Half the world eats from a gas station. That's not good food. Oh, good. As a matter of fact, I got to take him back to the airport this Thursday. He's going back down to Florida. I like Florida. If I didn't have a shop, I think I'd move there. Yeah, that'll kick your butt, though. If you don't have a full stomach, it's pretty good, though. put that in the pipe in the morning one time. That was a mistake. I thought I had to go lay down. Whew. All right, Jimmy. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes or so. But thank you for hanging in there. Appreciate it. Nice chatting with you. Well, those are bad. Although the Toyota version is not as bad as Nissan. The key to keeping that transmission alive, regardless of what Toyota says, change the fluid frequently. I know it's not cheap, $20 a quart, but they don't hold a lot anyway. But that's the only thing you can do to help save that unit. All right, Jimmy. Take care. Thank you. I'll catch you on the next one.